Too many. I think if we could have kept him to around 200, we'd have fancied chasing that. It was obviously a very good pitch, and I think Shaki played really, really well. He picked his match up and took those 2 overs to 26, and he's one of the best in the world. So I think his innings was probably the difference. I think tomorrow, if it's going to be a good pitch again, maybe we can go to defensive plans with the ball a little bit earlier and try and take the pitch out of it. But I thought they played well, and they've been the form team of the tournament. But hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow. Halfway stage, yeah, you never know, especially here. It's small boundaries and a very good pitch. We had the belief at the halfway stage, but unfortunately it didn't happen. They kept taking wickets, which always makes it difficult to chase big totals. A very strong team, and they were better than us today. There's some really good players involved as well. Lots of guys want to come here and play. The cricket's very good, and we get looked after very, very well by the people. So it's a tournament I enjoy playing in, and hopefully I can play more in the future. But yeah, particularly this ground is somewhere I've enjoyed batting. It's a very nice place to bat. So great memories here with England during the World Cup and my time with Rangpur a few years ago. Different country? No, not much difference at all. It's a very good standard here. You don't see not that many overseas batters come here and score lots and lots of runs. So it's a good challenge coming to Bangladesh. Bowlers are very skillful, and you have to play well and adapt to score runs. Both tournaments are very tough, and ones I enjoy. It's difficult when there's so many tournaments on at the same time. I think there's like 3 or 4 tournaments happening now, so it's quite tough to keep players for the whole time. But hopefully going forward they're not all together. They're spaced out, so it gives a chance to play for the full tournament. Because I'd love to play in this tournament for a long time, but I've already signed a contract in Pakistan. I signed a PSL deal months and months ago, so I didn't have the chance to play the full tournament this year. But I hope so next year. Already committed to Pakistan before Bangladesh was auctioned or drafted, so I'd already committed, so I couldn't do the full season. It's always difficult playing against a team that you've already played for in the past, and it hasn't happened too much for me. I've been lucky in the past that in different countries I've stayed with the same team for a few seasons. It was a new one for me, but I really enjoyed it. There was a little bit of nice chat before the game, which was always good to see, but all in good nature. And I enjoyed today. Unfortunate not to get off a corner because they've got 2 very tough games. They play Rangpur and Camilla Victorians. So I think if you can pick someone to try and help you get those wins for those 2 games, and I can't see it being a detriment. But I think going forward, long term, you want to keep players as long as possible because it definitely helps the team. But for this situation, I'm quite happy doing it because it's 2 very important games. And at this ground, my record's good. I think I've scored 200s here and 80s in only 6 or 7 games. So I feel like I've earned my place in the team for these 2 games just because I feel like I can perform well at this ground. But going forward, I think it's better to have players for long periods. Yeah, and I guess I'm lucky with the experience I have. I've played a lot of cricket in Bangladesh and World Cups and series and BPLs, and I've jetted off around the world and played in lots of conditions. So I feel like I know what's required in each country. There's slightly different skill sets for each one, but I think that comes through experience and playing in those conditions. And I'm lucky to have played in lots of different countries. And there were some big sixes tonight as well, and it's good to see. I think if you get good players around and the tournament gets better and better, then you're going to see more and more big hitters. Those 2 were very impressive today. They picked their overs. It took 2 big overs, which probably took the game away from us. It was very impressive striking tonight.